This is the second video from my daily sketches, and this video will be a little bit longer than the rest of them, mainly because the sketch itself took a little bit longer than I expected, mostly because of my angle which I chose to make it. Usually when you pick a top bottom view, you have to design a little bit more of your shots, so therefore it takes a little bit longer to create the sketch. So expect to see less of those sketches in the future because my time is limited. And yeah, so with 3D and the sketch itself, I spent around 4 hours and a half, and I usually have like 2 hours to invest each day. So yeah, but enough of that. Right now you will see some 3D sketches. I start each and every one of my drawings with a little 3D block out. I don't really care about the details of the architecture, mostly about I aim to create the blocks and to stack them on top of each other and see if they look good and whatnot. So, and for this particular sketch I had in mind a tower, like church or something similar, which is built in the center of the city, and it has a unique design. It has like 4 entrances, and you have to walk on those 4 stairs, so you can basically approach it from every corner of the city, let's put it that way. So yeah, and I had a little bit of doubts about what to create around the building, around the church. Like initially I wanted to do some just some land, some rocky terrain and stuff like that, but then I thought about, like, I did it pretty much in each and every of my other sketches, so let's try a full city this time. So yeah, and that's what I plan to do. And as you see, once the sketch is finished and I have the rough layout of the buildings, I start with some straight rough lines, and I block the whole sketch. I start with the most important thing, which is the building, just in case I want to focus my most time doing what's important first, and then I can take care of the background, which is only there to reinforce the building, the main building itself, right? So the background itself, it's not that important. We're not gonna focus watching it. We're gonna focus on watching the building itself. So yeah, when I design cities, I usually start with I create blocks everywhere. I don't necessarily respect the 3D beneath it, only if I really like it and I feel that it's serving the purpose, let's put it that way. And in this case, more or less it did, but I knew already from the start that I have to create a little bit more buildings in the background. So, but I left it as it is for now. And right here I'm I'm starting to create the design of the building itself. I'm trying to add the details, and thinking about if I can add some extra mini roofs and the shape of the windows, like should it be like a basic arch window, or can I play with it? Can I add like round windows, or some different designs? But I mainly stick with the basic top arch window. And so I'm doing some details here and there, and stuff like that. It's pretty much like basic process. It's nothing like wow. I'm trying to use as many repetitive elements as possible, because when you design architectural stuff, it's important to have a consistency and not have elements of the buildings too different from each other. So even if I want to distort the proportions of some elements, for example, you can see that at the bottom those windows are a little bit stretched, but mainly they keep the same shape, so that's good. It helps to sell the project itself, the design itself, sorry. So, and I'm trying to do that with the background buildings as well. And I try to basically give them a pointy roof, and I try to add the details more or less similar to the one on the architecture, but at the same time hinting that it's a different it's a house or something a little bit less important, not as important as the church itself. And I think that pretty much nails most of my thoughts about this piece itself. I was thinking about telling you guys about my challenge itself. So if you followed me for a little bit of time, you might notice that I occasionally do challenges. And during my career and my learning process, I found those challenges to be extremely helpful. It's like personal homework which I'm doing daily, and I have to do it daily, and I have to be consistent, and it helps me from a lot of ways. For example, this challenge consists of me doing 50 sketches, one daily or almost daily, since I have a pretty crowded in this period. I'm very busy with some projects and some other stuff which are happening in my life, but I'm trying to deliver at least one each day, at least one each 2 days, sorry. So this kind of consistency helped me stay on track and have my skills always sharpened. And it just helps me to exercise perspective, like fundamentals, perspective, big, medium and small, design shapes, my line art skills. Occasionally, like this drawing, I occasionally paint some of my sketches, like this drawing here, and in this way I can exercise my rendering skills, and I try to bring each sketch to pretty much decent level so I can upload it into my portfolio. So, and this thing helps as well, because for example, if you will be able to do a sketch a day, in around 2 months you will have 50 drawings to add into your portfolio. And 50 drawings to have in 2 months into your portfolio is more than most artists will upload in a year. So all those things really help me improve, and it helps me add always new things into my portfolio, and keep myself fresh and updated, and all that good stuff. And but it doesn't even have to be 50. For example, I just like those numbers. I like to do challenges of 50, 100, or 1,000. And yeah, as I said, if you followed me for a while, in the past I did 1,000 heads, 1,000 poses, 1,000 heads, 1,000 hand and feet. And I also did 50 sketches before of those 50 which I'm doing right now. So this is like the second series. And again, as I said, it really helps. It helps with everything, man. Like I seriously encourage each and every one of you who's serious about being a concept artist or illustrator. Just if you, for example, want to be an illustrator, then challenge yourself to do 50 renderings, like one each day, like study pictures or how to render stuff, or stuff like that. You will see that the first study or piece will not be the same as the last one. You will improve a lot. You might not see it on the process, but once you finish it and you will look back from the first to the last, you will see huge improvements. That's one thing I can guarantee. So yeah, that's pretty much about what I'm trying to achieve. And yeah, basically through these videos, I'm trying to connect more with you guys. I'm trying to give some insights about my process, and hopefully some of you will learn something about it. I'm also trying to improve my teaching skills, and communication skills, since I really like talking with you and sharing all the knowledge and everything I can. I really like to give back to the community, because the community gave to me. And yeah, so that's pretty much what I'm trying to do. So every if you manage to watch it till the end, I would gladly appreciate if you can give me some honest critiques, like what would you like to see in the future. Maybe I can start a series with that, and maybe I can talk about that. If you'd like to see me I don't know, talk about some specific stuff, I'm pretty much open to anything. I try to be as transparent as possible on social media, and mainly because I knew I wanted to see other people transparent in the industry. So yeah, but here it is, the final version. I hope you like it, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.